Okay, good day everyone. We're done with the prelim and midterm module. Now we're going to proceed sa ating module 8, 9, and 10 in our subject na IT 206 Database Management System. So here we are going to discuss the index, full text search, MySQL administration, and so on. These three topics are interconnected. So indexes, power fast searches, full text search naman po is builds on a special type of index. And administration ties it all together by controlling who has access to use these features. So by the end of this lecture, you should be able to create and drop indexes, perform full text search queries, and manage user accounts and privilege in MySQL. Let's proceed sa susunod na slide. So in this slide, let's start with the module 8. So the question is, what is an index in MySQL? Ano nga ba yung tinatawag natin na index? So think of a book or phone book. So if names in a phone book weren't sorted alphabetically, if they were just listed in a random number and you wanted to find Bobcat dun sa loob ng phone book, what would you have to do? So you'd have to start from page 1 and read every single name until you found Bob. No, so ang daming dadaanan. Imagine sa isang phone book, yung mga yellow ano ba yan? Yung phone book na napakaraming list no ng user. Um Hahanapin mo pa no one by one ng page hanggang sa mahanap mo yung Bob. So that's exactly what MySQL does when there is no index in a column. So kapag simple text search lang tayo or select or nag-retrieve lang tayo ng data, ganun po ang nangyayari. One page at a time. Okay, so it scans every row in the table one by one. Isa-isa po ano. So we call this a sequential scan, or in MySQL, a full table scan. Now, imagine the phone book is sorted alphabetically. So you open it up, jump directly to the B section and find Bobcat in second. So, skip niya na yung part na hindi nagsisimula do sa letter B. No? So, that's what an index does for MySQL instead of scanning all rows. So, MySQL uses a special data structure called a B tree to jump directly to the relevant rows. So the formal definition of an index is this is a data structure, typically a B tree, that improves the speed of data retrieval at the cost of additional storage and slightly slower writes. So remember those two trade-offs. Yung una is faster reads, mas mabilis pag gumagamit tayo ng index. Kasi instead na one by one yung reading, magja-jump out na siya doon sa pinagsisimulan niya na, or kasi nilagyan na natin siya ng index. So but always remember na may mas storage po ito na kinakain, and it has a slightly slower writes, no. So that's the price you pay for an index. Yun po yung kapalit nito. Now let's proceed sa susunod na slide. So these are the types of MySQL indexes. So MySQL has several types. No, let me walk through to each one of these types of indexes. So the first is the primary index. So it is also called a clustered index. So this is automatically created whenever you define a primary key or unique key na tinatawag sa isang table. It's special because the actual table data is physically stored together with this index. So meaning the rows are ordered by the primary key on this. So every table has exactly one primary index. So yun po yung rules natin, especially in normalization. And it's always named primary. So second is the secondary or non-clustered index. So these are everything else. So any index you create manually with create index, they do not reorder the actual table data. So they just maintain a separate lookup structure that points back to the row. Now for the third index, which is the unique index, this work like regular indexes but with an added rule. So ito yung dinagdag na rule, no? So no two rows can have the same value in index column. Yun yung first rule. So MySQL automatically creates this when you define a unique constraint. And lastly, so the fourth index, so which we were going to explore in module 9, which is the full text index. So this is a special purpose index designed for text searching across character or car, bar, and text columns. So these are the types of different types of MySQL indexes. Now, let's take a look at how we actually create indexes. Here is the basic syntax. So the first one is we use the create index na syntax, index name, and susundan po yan ng on. Tapos ano yung table name, then we call the column list. So, or you can define an index directly inside the create table statement. Pwede naman po yun. Sasabay nyo na sa paggagawa natin ng table. So, let me walk you through the real-world example using the employees table from classic model, which is, ang gagamitin natin is yung binigay ko po na classic model last time ng prelim pa lang. So, suppose we run this query. No? Select employee number, last name, first name, from employees where job titles is equal to sales rep. So, ipagko-compare natin yung index or with index and without index. So, ano yung pagkakaiba nilang dalawa? So, mas mararamdaman natin si index, especially kung marami na tayong data. Now, let's proceed sa ating workbench. Yan. So, here we have classic models. So, employees po yung itatry natin na scan. No? So, we use the select. So, wala po itong ano pa ha. Wala pa pong index na ginagamit. Employee number, last name, first name, from employees where job title is equal to sales rep. So let's try to run this. So makikita po natin, meron tayong 0.32 second. Ayan. And it returns 17 rows. Now, sa susunod, yung may ano naman po, let's try to retrieve data na may index. So, create index job title on employees. Tapos, ang lalagyan po natin ng index is the job title na column name, which is yung nasa loob po no, ng employee na table. Ayan. So, nilagyan na po natin ng index. Let's try to run this. Ayan. So, naging successful naman yung paggagawa natin. Ayan. Now, so after creating this index, so running the same query now, reads only 17 rows instead of 23. So, using the type ref. Okay, so MySQL is now using the index to jump directly to the matching row. So on a table with 23 rows, so mag-ilan ba yung kanina? 17. So let's try to rerun this query na may ano. So ganun pa rin, no. So nabawasan lang yung time, mas mabilis yung fetching. Ayan. So kanina we have the time 0.32. Ayan. So kasi we have index na nakalagay na sa ating employees table. So kung pupuntahan natin yung column na to, we have here the indexes primary, reports to, and office code. So let's try to refresh this. Ayan, so ando na yung job title na ating index na ginawa. Okay? So imagine you have millions of records, no? So doon natin siya mas mararamdaman, no? Yung difference between table na walang index and table with index. So doon po natin siya uh, doon po natin ma-realize yung gamit, no, or pinaka purpose po ni index. Now let's continue. Punta na po tayo sa slides number 5. So here we have draft index. No, so index aren't always kept forever. So you can remove them rather using draft index. So the syntax is draft index. Tapos yung index name na ginawa mo. So and susundan ng on yung table name. Nasa ang table nakalagay yung index na ginawa mo. So this MySQL gives you two options to control how the index is dropped. So we have the algorithm and lock. So we already discussed this on our I think prelim, the transaction, no, doon siya nakapaloob. So for algorithm, so we have copy. No? So the copy is this creates a full copy of the table, row by row, drops the index on the copy, then swaps during this insert and update are not allowed. So in place, ito yung isa sa example natin for algorithm. So MySQL rebuilds the table in place, which is faster and allows concurrent DML operation. Now for lock naman, you have 4 options. So default, none, and shared, and lastly the exclusive. So na-encounter natin tayo sa deadlock, no, nakapaloob din yata kung di nagkakamali, prelim module 3 sa transaction. So this controls whether other users can still read or write to the table while the drop is happening. So default gives maximum concurrency while exclusive blocks everything. So for most day-to-day use, you'll just write drop index, index name, kung ano ginawa mo na index name, and on, after that, yung table name, saan naka-include yung index na ginawa mo. So without specifying algorithm or lock, and MySQL will choose the best option. Now, let's proceed sa ating susunod na slide. So how do you know what indexes already exist on a table? So you use show indexes. So kung gusto nating malaman ano-ano ba yung index, no, sa isang table. So of course naka-include na dun yung primary key, no. So we use this command show indexes from table. So let me explain the important columns in the output. So first we have key name. No, so the name of the index for the primary key, this is always a primary key or the primary. Now we have the non-unique. So if this is 1, the index allows duplicates. So if 0, it enforces uniqueness. Yan po yung definition nila. Now the cardinality naman. So this is an estimate of how many unique values are in the index. So the higher this number, the more the query optimizer will prefer using this index. Next is index type. So the method used, it usually a B3, no, for regular indexes. Yun po yung pinaka-common. Now for the full text, so for full text indexes naman siya ginagamit. So visible, it is either yes or no. So an invisible index is not used by the optimizer but still maintained. Useful for testing whether removing an index would hurt the performance. Pwedeng wala or pwedeng ring meron, no. Pwede nyo siyang gamitan yung visibility para i-test kung nagmamatter or nakaka-apekto ba sa performance yung index na ginawa mo. So let's look at the example on the slide. So the contacts. So table has a primary key. On contact ID, a unique index on email, an invisible index on phone, and a composite index, first name, last name. So run show indexes from contacts and you'll see all of these listed. Makikita nyo po lahat yon. Now for the slide number 7. So module 8 summary. Let's have an insight. No, an index is a B-tree data structure that speeds up select queries and at the cost of extra storage. So MySQL automatically creates a primary clustered index for primary keys and unique keys. Create index adds indexes, so drop index removes them. Now, show indexes lets you inspect all indexes on the table, including their names, types, and cardinality. So best practice, always add indexes on columns you use in where, join, and order by clauses. Especially on large tables pag marami ng data. Doon lang tayo gumagamit ng index. No? So imagine millions of data na yan. No? So para mas mabilis yung retrieval, maganda na gumamit tayo ng index. So malaking tulong ito, especially sa mga system na minamodify ninyo na may marami ng data. No? So para mas mabilis yung retrieval natin. No? Yan. Now, let's proceed sa ating module 9, full text search. So, this full text search, we will abbreviate this as FTS or full text search nga. So, what is full text search? This is a technique for searching text columns in a way that finds documents relevant to your query, even if the result doesn't perfectly match the keyword. So this is the same technology that powers Google, Bing, and the search bar you see on e-commerce websites. So mas mabilis, no? Parang like, gumagamit tayo ng like na command dito. Yan. So the like and but like has serious limitation nga lang, no? So unang-una, limitation on like na command. It scans the entire table. So it has a slow on large data set, or this is slow on large data set. So it gives no relevance ranking. So you'll get all matches equally with no sense of which result is most relevant. Flexible queries are hard. For example, find rows containing car but not classic. So this is awkward with like command. So, sa full text naman search, it solves all three problems. Ito yon, no? Yung mga tatlong problema na pwedeng masolve or makatulong. No? Si full text search or FTS. It uses full text index, so lookups are fast. Mas mabilis, no? It ranks results by relevance. More relevant rows appear first automatically. Hindi katulad ng like. So it supports flexible multi-term searches and partial matches. So those are the problem na pwedeng masolve ni full text search, no? O na index. Now, let's proceed sa susunod na slide. So to use full text search, you must first create a full text index on your column. So there are three ways to do this. The first one is the method one, no? Sa pag-create pa lang ng table. So, upon creation ng table, gumamit siya dito ng pos. Ayan. So, we call the ID or we create column name ID na may integer, not null, and auto-increment na constraints. Title na may varchar data type and not null. Body, ito yung text. Primary key and full text, primary key is the ID and full text key is the body. So, doon niya inassign. Now, we have the second method na pwede natin gawin. Kung nakagawa ka na ng table, nalimutan mong ilagay yung full text na index, pwede ka na lang mag-alter. So, we use the alter table, products, add, full text, then ano yung lalagyan mo ng full text index, so na column. So dito nilagay niya is the product description and the product line. Now we have third method na pwede nyo rin gamitin. So we can create a full text and create full text index, then the address on offices table, and tsaka niya tinawag yung dalawang column na address line and address line 2. So, parang dito, minerge na niya yung dalawang column. and pwedeng ma-detect as one whole full text. Now, to remove a full text index, we use the alter table offices, then we use the drop index. Okay, so this is how we modify or create a full text index. So if you're working with a large table, it's much faster to load all your data first without a full text index. Mas mabilis po 'yon, no? So wag niyo po muna lalagyan. And then create the index afterward kapag nalagay niyo na po lahat ng data. So creating a full text index on an empty or small table, then inserting millions of rows into it is significantly slower. Mabagal po yan. So, tsaka nyo na po lagyan kapag marami na pong data. Now, let's proceed sa susunod na slide. Here we have natural language full text search. Yan. Here we can see how we actually run a full text search query. So, the two key functions are match and against. So, ano yung dalawang yon? So, si match column, it specifies the column or columns to search. So, the column must have full text index. So, otherwise, MySQL will return an error. Now, sa against naman, we use the term, no, hindi column. So, the search expression by default, so it uses in natural language mode. So, what is natural language mode? So, MySQL analyzes word frequency and uniqueness across all rows. So, ganun siya mag-scan or mag-analyze. Then, it assigns each matching row a relevance score. So, a positive floating point number. So, the higher the score, the more relevant the row is. So, rows with a score of 0 are not returned. So, let's look at the example. So, meron tayong example sa baba. Here, it retrieves data with the use of select statement. So, select product name, product line from products where match product line against classic. So, ito po yung paggawa, no, or paggamit ng select statement with match and against. No? So, MySQL returns rows relevant to classic sorted by relevance most relevant first. So, pwede nyo pong itry yung query na ito since meron na po kayong classic model. So, ito po yung tinawag natin, column na product name and product line sa loob ng products table. Now, sa susunod naman po is, this is a search with multiple terms. No? So, with search of multiple terms, it uses select statement na ganitong format. Select yung product name, product line na column from products table where match product name, yung column name, against yung pinaka-data, 1932, then, comma, yung Ford. Isang buo siya. So, this returns rows that match either or both terms. But rows containing both 1932 and Ford appear first because they have a higher relevance score. So, mas makikita po yun ang una. So, there's also in Boolean mode which lets you use operators like plus, no, or minus. So, kapag plus is, it must include, or minus, it must exclude na type of text. So, for more precise control, we'll touch on that if yan, kung may example pa. Anyways, dito sa part na to, now let's proceed sa susunod na slide. Yan. So, there are several important rules you need to know about MySQL FTS or full text search engine. Rule number 1, minimum word length is 4 characters. So, if you search for car or cat, 3-letter words, MySQL FTS or full text search will return no results. So, this is a default engine setting. So, words shorter than 4 characters are simply not indexed. Kasi nakaset siya as full text search, no, na index. Rule number 2, Stop words are ignored. So MySQL has a built-in list of common English words like the, is, in, etc. So that are excluded from both the index and the search. Searching for the company will effectively just search for company. So because the is a stop word. So makikita natin na 3 character lang siya. So rule number 3. Case insensitive po. So by default si FTS. So searching for classic and classic, yung capital letter na may C na classic and the lower case na letter na classic, it returns the same results. If you need case sensitive search, you need to use a binary collation on the index column. Now for the rule number 4, relevance ranking is automatic, so you don't need to sort manually. So MySQL ranks rows by how will they match your search terms and returns more relevant results first. Now for the rule number 5, the index is auto-updated. Unlike some other search engines where you have to manually rebuild the index after data changes, MySQL automatically updates the full text index whenever rows are inserted, updated, or deleted. So we're done with the rules of or the uh, rules of MySQL FTS engine or full text search engine. Let's proceed sa susunod na slide. So summary of module 9, another insight. So full text search finds documents relevant to query even without exact keyword matches. So a full text index must exist on a column before you can run FTS queries. You can also create a full text index. Meron tayong tatlong paraan sa pag-create ng table, pag-alter, pag full text or pag-create ng full text index. Now, match and against terms are the core functions of FTS engine. Results are automatically sorted by relevant score. So higher score means closer match. Search terms must be at least 4 characters, no? Kasi kapag 3 characters lang, meron tayong tinatawag na stop words, no? This is are ignored by the FTS engine. Now for the module 10, we have the MySQL administration. So this is our final module. So module 10 is about MySQL administration. So this is about how we manage the MySQL server itself, who can log in, what they can do, how we protect the data. So ikaw yung gumawa, ikaw yung automatically as pinaka-admin, no? So isa sa capability mo is makagawa pa na iba't ibang user na pwedeng maka-access dun sa pinagagawa mo. For example, stored procedure, yung mga index, table, pwede mo silang ipa-access doon, no? To disseminate the job. MySQL is the world's most popular open source relational database management system. And with great power comes great responsibility, sabi nga ni Spider-Man. So a misconfigured database user can accidentally or maliciously delete data, expose sensitive information, or bring down the server. So dapat bilang developer, bilang IT, dapat pangalagaan po natin ang mga data ng bawat user. Lagi po yan sinasabi. So, MySQL administration covers 4 main areas. So, the first one is user management. So, creating and removing database accounts using create user and drop user. Pwede kayong makapag-create. No? Privilege account. Ito pa yung nililimit na natin, yung mga permissions nila. Using grant, revoke, and server monitoring, checking server status and running queries, backups and recovery, using tools like MySQL dump to back up data and restore it after failures. So malaking bagay po si MySQL dump. In this module, we were going to focus on primarily on user management and privilege control. Now let's proceed. To create a new MySQL user, we use a create user na syntax. So ito yung example natin. Create user, if not exists, account name, identified by yung password na ilalagay mo. So dito, yung account name, it follows the format username, tapos yung at hostname. So sa atin, ang pinaka-default, root at local. No? Local host, mga ganon. So, example natin dito is yung Bob, Bob at localhost. Depende sa kung ano yung pangalan na ilalagay natin sa account name. So, user Bob can only connect from the local machine. No, kasi localhost yung nakalagay. Bob at, pwede natin ilagay percentage. User Bob can connect from any host. No, so pwede tayong gumamit ng percentage instead na localhost. So, if you omit the host name, MySQL defaults to percentage. So, ibig sabihin, kahit saang host, siya pwede makakonect. Yan. So, yung pinaka-default natin, di ba nagpaparan tayo? We use the MySQL space -u tapos root -p. Yan. So, let's try to run this sa ating CMD. Let me open my, or let me navigate dun sa C file, program files, MySQL, tapos dun tayo sa server, punta tayo sa bin nga ba yan? Tapos let's command cd, yan. Tapos let's call the MySQL -u space root, yung pinaka-default natin, -p. Yan. So, password natin is kung ano yung password natin sa pinaka-workbench. So, try natin yung command na select user from MySQL .user. Ayan. So, ito po yung lumabas as data. So, naka-include dito yung ginawa natin na root. So, kapag mag-a-add tayo ng isa pang user, makikita natin na ma-include na rin siya dyan. Now, to create user, we use to create user, tapos Bob at localhost, and identified by ano pwede natin lagay? Sample password. And let's try to run this. Now let's rerun the first SQL na pinaran po natin. So makikita natin na si Bob is nadagdag na dun sa user. So this is an important note. No? So when you first create a user, they have no privileges. Only the usage privilege yung naka-set sa kanila, which simply means they can log in but cannot access any database or table. So they can connect to the server, but that's it. So anything is limited na lang din kasi wala siyang privilege na nakaset. So the if not exist clause is safety net. Now, if the user already exists, MySQL won't throw an error. It will just silently skip the creation. So that's why we use the if not exist. Mapa database, mapa table, and so on. Now, let's proceed sa susunod. Grant statement. Now that we've created a user, we need to give them something to do. So that's where grant comes in. So grant privilege at yung format, grant privilege, tapos yung privilege on privilege level, tapos to account name kung sino yung account na lalagyan natin ng privilege. So MySQL has 5 privilege levels. So think of this as how wide the privilege is. First is the global, and with the symbol of ano ba to? Yung star na nasa asterisk, tapos asterisk. It applies to all databases on the entire server. Please use this with caution kasi bibigyan mo ng lahat, no? Kung ano yung admin privilege mo, ganun din siya. So this is how we grant, no? Grant select on, tapos yung pinaka user. So, ibig sabihin, ma-access ma-access na ni Bob yung pinaka-database mo. So, database DB that it applies to all objects, tables, views, procedure in one database. No. So, pwede mong ipa-access. Wait lang. Let's try this. Kay Bob. Grant. Insert. Ayan. On. Classic models. Tapos, that asterisk to Bob at local host. So, ganitong syntax, babibigyan natin si Bob ng grant dun sa table natin na classic model. So, ano yung kaya niyang gawin? Pwede siyang mag-insert. No. So, it applies to all columns in specific table. So, classic model. Now, pwede naman natin siyang paltan. Kung gusto nyo, yung insert, gawin nyo lang delete. So, pwede na siyang mag-delete. No. So, marami pa po. No? Pwede rin sa stored routines. So, kapag gusto nyo sa stored routines, grant select, tapos yung column name, on table name to Bob localhost para mas makuha yung stored routine. No? Or sa grant execute on procedure, yan, sa stored routine. Now, you can also grant multiple privileges at once. Pwede mong i-grant lahat na insert, update, lagyan nyo lang ng comma. No? Grant, insert, comma, update, comma, delete on employees to Bob at localhost. Pwede po yun. So, ito yung example natin. Let me show you the example. At pwedeng delete. And tapos, ano pa? Update. Pwede rin. Yan. So, ganyan pa ang mangyayari. Yung crude, i-grant mo sa kanya. No? So, ito pa yung example natin. Now, let's proceed na sa susunod na slide. So, let me walk through you to the complete end-to-end example from creating a user to granting full access. So, ito po yung number step, no? So, the output should show something like grant all privilege on classic model to super local host. Ito yung ika-apat sa number 4. So, a few key reminders lang dito. Ito may example. Pwede nyo pong gayahin, no? Pwede kayong gumawa ng user. Then, pwede na po siyang mag-login sa pinaka workbench nyo po. Ito lang yung pinaka-reminders po natin. To execute a grant statement, you yourself must have the grant option. So, privilege and privileges you're granting, and you can't give someone privilege you don't have. No? So, dapat ikaw yung pinaka-main admin. If the server has read-only mode, you need to be a super privilege. You need to have a super privilege to run grant. So use show grants for username anytime to inspect what privileges a user currently holds para makita po natin. Show grants for username. Now, show grants for Bob. Pwede po yun. So there's also a concept called proxy users where you can grant one user the ability to assume or privileges of another. So we won't go deep into this, no. So pero magandang pag-aralan din yung mga grants permission sa database management po natin. Especially kapag ikaw ay database admin. Pwede mong i-disseminate or i-set yung task na to, yung specific table sa iba't ibang user. Now, revoke privileges. So the opposite of grant is revoke. So you use it to remove previously granted privileges. So revoke privilege, then yung privilege name on privilege level from account name. So ito yung mga example natin na nasa gilid. So again, you can try this. No. One important caution, no, revoking grant option does not automatically revoke other privileges. If you want to remove all access completely, you have to explicitly use a revoke all privilege na syntax or grant option from user. So this is the revoke no na part. Kung meron tayong pag-grant, meron tayong pagre-revoke sa MySQL para sa mga users po natin. Now, for the summary of Module 10, we have the create user creates new account with no privileges. So usage only by default. So the account name format is username at host name. Omitting host name defaults to percentage. So ibig sabihin nun, pag percentage is any host, kahit saan. So grant permission assigns privilege at global, database, table, column, or routine level. Pwede natin siyang gamitin. So revoke naman, it removes privileges. So use the revoke all to strip all permission at once. While show grants for user lets you inspect a user's current privileges set anytime. Now, for the last insight, minimum privileges needed to manage account, create user, and grant option. So these three modules are foundational to working with real-world databases. So indexes makes your query fast. Malaking tulong to, no? Especially sa development po ninyo kapag marami na kayong data. So, so the MySQL administration keeps your database secure. Yan. Sulatan siya. Yan. So thank you and thank you everyone.